Hey YouTube, this is KP with KP Details. Join me as I am doing a service on the Westinghouse iGen4500, my inverter generator for my mobile detailing business. I am doing the fuel filter change. This is something that should be done every 6 months or 100 hours according to the manual. You can see where the fuel filter is. First, I took off the side panel, extended the pull string, and put the panel down on the ground, and then the red thing that you're looking at there, that is the fuel filter that needs to be changed. You can see that it is in a very tight spot, and I needed some additional tools to get this done. So I purchased the fuel filters here from Pinellas Power Products. He is a contractor out of the state of Florida. I'm now in Chesterfield, Virginia, as you know. He does an extended runtime fuel kit for this generator. So a lot of this information that I have is from him. I first realized that I need to siphon out the gas. Otherwise, I didn't see any way to shut off the gas after it comes out of the tank. So took all of the gas out. This is just a little bit of a little nut. And then these are the clips that's right under it. That is where my fuel line is coming directly out of the tank. So I started initially by trying my Leatherman. As you can see, I don't have the front panel off, and that was my biggest mistake in this entire thing. I just made the job a lot harder than it had to be. And also, get two people to help you out. That's going to be key. I'll put all the products that I used in this video in the description. Don't use a Leatherman. I went to AutoZone. You can also go to Harbor Freight, wherever is cheapest and closest to you. And I bought some long Reach Pliers. So right there you see me using the Duralast 11-inch long nose 45 degree pliers. And my wife helped me to pull off the back portion first. Also, I would do that just a little bit differently this time around. And then I wiggled out the fuel filter and the hose in order to get everything out. So you can see which part of the assembly it is that I was able to take out here. So this is exactly how it came out of the generator in that configuration. So now we just have to put the new fuel filter in. That's from Pinellas Power Products. He has no idea that I exist, even though I keep mentioning him. I just really love the video that he has out. It's about an hour long, but if you want to know anything about the iGen4500, watch that video. I'll make sure that I put that in the link as well. So once you have the old fuel filter out, his fuel filter actually has an arrow on it, and the arrow is in the direction that the fuel is going to flow. So you know that the fuel is flowing from your tank into the rest of the engine for the generator. So this is exactly how it's going to go back in, and you can clearly see the arrow here. Next came the fight of putting the fuel filter back in. I did the back side first, as you can see, and you can see that I also have that front part of it open. Sorry for the lots of shaking in the camera work. It was in my hand at this point. What I would recommend is a little bit different than the way that I did it, but you can see now I'm coming straight from my fuel tank and going into the wherever the fuel is going. I think it's the off-on switch that's at the front of the generator. What I would recommend is actually taking this vertical clip off versus the one that I took off that's a little further down the line and is horizontal, just so that you can get more leverage when you're putting it back on. So make sure to take off the front, you take off that back clip, and then take off the front clip that you're going to see me put on next, and I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. So I am able to use my hand here to put the fuel line back on. Make sure that when you put the fuel line on, you seat it as far up as it will go. You're going to see here that I do that initially where I am able to put the fuel line all the way up to the metal. And I think this is just the shutoff valve that's at the front of the fuel shutoff that's on the front of the generator. And then now when I'm taking the 45 degrees pliers to put my clamp back into where it should be, and you can see a little bit of an indentation as to where it was before, I moved the hose back just a little bit, and I'm not taking any chances. I really don't want a fuel spill. So I took everything back off, released my clamp, moved the fuel line back to being in that seated position so that the clamp could go in the correct space. Perfect. So, yes, definitely. And now that I have a new fuel filter in, now it's time to put the generator back together. Start with the front, put those 2 screws in at the bottom, get the side panels in, get everybody seated correctly. There's part of my generator that's never been seated correctly since the first oil change, but you know, these things happen. So now let's see if I can get this guy up and running. Oh, it doesn't have gas. Let's try it again. Alright, just put some fuel in here. My fuel level is at right above E.